What services do construction companies offer? I love this topic because it's not always clear. In fact, there isn't just one solid pattern for anything. So in this video, I'm going to take you step by step for some things that general contractors will provide as a service. I hope you're into that because this will help expand our view, make sure that we're leveraging all of the capabilities of our GCs. All right, I said GCs, but you could have a construction manager or a general contractor. Really, we're talking about construction companies. So one of the things that your construction company can provide is general contracting services. This is where they take on a role where they're responsible for overall construction process, hiring subcontractors, coordinating schedules, and ensuring the project is complete, on time, and within budget. Basically, the general contractor assumes the risk for the budget that they signed up for according to the contract. So that's number one. Number two, design build. This is great. I love design build. I used to have a DBIA, Design Build Institute of America certification. Absolutely fantastic. But after a while, when you get too many certifications, all you're doing is renewing your certification. So I'd rather learn something new instead of maintaining them. But I used to be DBIA certified. Design build is my jam. I love design build. So in design build, whether it's the architect or the builder, you have everybody contracted under one entity. My experience has always been that the general contractor, the construction manager and general contractor were the controlling entity and hired the architects and the engineers and any other third parties to accomplish the project. That means there's one sole source of accountability. Before I talk to you about that Spear gap, according to the Spear doctrine, right, which is where the contractor in a design bid build environment is only required to build what's on the plans and specs, and the designer is only required to design according to normal standards of care, and anything in between is really the responsibility of the owner to pay by way of change orders and absorption of risks. When you have design build, that goes away. That entity, that design build entity is responsible for everything and delivering a final end product. So it's fantastic. Design build services mean that that controlling entity, that design build entity will help with the development, permitting, zoning, the design assist, the hiring of consultants, sub-consultants, working with the city through multiple iterations, going to key meetings with external stakeholders, coordinating the design requirements with the owner, managing everybody, and preparing for the construction project and providing pre-construction services. So design build is absolutely something amazing, and you'll definitely want to be looking for that as a service that your construction company that you hire can provide. Number three, pre-construction services. We've got lots of videos on this channel, which we can link you to about pre-construction services. And I will link you to the book, The First Planner System, which goes through this beautifully. By the way, if you order the book, I'm asking you for a 5-star review. In addition to liking and subscribing to this channel, it's going to take you like 5 seconds. That book is a labor of love, taking you through exactly what pre-construction services you should be requiring of your companies that you are hiring, the construction companies that you're hiring, and it will take you through everything step by step what needs to be done. So one of the services, and this is key because you can't really have a builder that doesn't also do pre-construction because you can't do something without planning it. You see what I'm saying? So like one of the services of a construction company needs to be pre-con services. Another service is construction management. So if you're the general contractor, you are assuming the risk and you are managing the project. You can have a GC and a CM, or you can be a CM that becomes the GC. Either way, but construction management, meaning that you're a representative for the owner to manage the other builders, whether they're multi-prime contracts or you're managing a general contractor, that is a service that a construction company may be able to provide. 5, renovation and remodeling. This is key. Not everything is new build. I talk about everything like it's on a greenfield site, like it's just we're ready to go, brand new, ground up, but there's a lot of renovations, remodeling that construction companies are able to do, which is quite fantastic. And it really takes some skill. I mean, it is one thing to build a project from ground up, but it's another one to be able to remodel or renovate a building, right? It's been, the analogy that was given to me is fantastic. It's like changing a tire on a car that's going 60 miles an hour. So that is a service. If you're not going to demo and rebuild, remodels is a service that general contractors provide. 6, site development. Sometimes the owner will do site development as a multi-prime contract and then hire the general contractor to build, maybe even with a CM, but to build on top of that site development. But one of the services of a construction company is the site development. That means the mobilization, the surveying, the clearing and grubbing, the general grading, and all of the site prep, and sometimes the utility work to get that site ready for buildings to be built on top of it. One thing on the remodel aspect, it really is a tough deal. There are construction companies that are good enough to where the owner will ask them to do not only the make ready, the demolition, the fit out, the systems upgrade before a building actually comes online. Like for instance, I visited a hospital in Virginia. That team has been there for like 5 or 6 years. They literally upgraded the central utility plant, rerouted all of the utilities, did a renovation, got everything ready to prepare the pad for the new building, for the new tower expansion, and helped maintain certain services throughout. So this is quite common with the best of the best construction companies. I've even seen situations where the general contractor or construction manager is asked to help run certain aspects of the facility. I've seen in airports, general contractors helping to manage the actual baggage claim system, really digging in and helping to keep on-site operations up and operational. You'll see this with airports, with laboratories, with hospitals. Very, very key. I want you to know that if your contractor that you're hiring has this ability, this is an indication of excellence. So really, really pay attention to that service. Sometimes, number 7, your construction company might provide development and design and engineering services. This is quite fantastic. When that's all in-house, you can streamline your operations, get rid of that fighting, right? Remove a lot of the red tape. If the departments or the functional groups are functioning properly, this is sometimes a really neat service. Like you can get the support you need real time and it benefits both entities. If you're outside of an IPD or design build contract, you might look for, especially with like really highly critical design and engineering efforts, hiring a general contractor or a construction company that has those internal development, design, and engineering capabilities. Number 8, sustainable design. Typically you will hire consultants for this, but having a construction company that really knows what they're doing from a sustainability standpoint, has their certifications, is used to it, and has some in-house expertise is something that you should look for when it's important to your project. 9, self-perform work. This is a big one. Let me talk to you about this. You might be thinking, as an owner or an owner's rep or as a designer, why is this important to me? This is important. Companies that do self-perform are builders. Okay? If you're a construction manager, that's great. I'm worried though that you're a little bit too much into the administration and possibly even have a disrespect for workers and foremen. A company that does their own self-perform has a driving entity that can help with critical durations on the project, has the ability to become financially whole in more ways than one. So if they're honest, there's a chance that they will change order you less and have the opportunity to make more money. It proves that they are builders at the core. They probably have better internal training programs, such as having a field engineering program. And it really, really shows that they're bought into the game and that they know what they're doing and that they're builders and not just brokers. So this is definitely a service that you should be looking for if you really, really need a builder entity building your project. And finally, I'll mention the closeout and warranty period. There are many construction companies that will actually manage your facilities for you. So they offer facilities management services. That means warranty calls, the tracking of tickets, supervising, monitoring your building from a performance standpoint. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll just tell you a quick closing story here. Hensel Phelps Construction Company, HPCC, when I used to work for them, they rebranded and became Hensel Phelps without the construction company and expanded to be Hensel Phelps Plan, Build, Manage. So they do development and planning services, especially with IPD and design build. They will build the project and they are facilities managers. They have all of that from the start to the finish, the entire life cycle of a building. They can help you out. So hopefully this gives you a perspective or a little bit of a broader thinking of what a construction company can do from a services standpoint. And I really, really hope that you've enjoyed it and you can use it to select those things that you need for your project. I'm going to put this in a blog post in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.